Sometimes as you're creating your floor plan, your ground level plan in Revit, you're going to come across things that you don't have available in Revit at all. For example, if this room right here was to become a nursery, I might want a baby crib. And if I look in my components, I won't find one. Okay, so first do check in your components and check in your load model. If you cannot find what you need, there is a website called Revit City. Revit City is run by a third party. It is not run by Revit. It is 100% ad supported. And I'll be honest with you, it's not on the best web server in the world. So it may run a little slow, but it is a great place to find some things that you need. So along the top here, so right above the little black bar here, is in the middle is a search. So the first thing I would do, even before you join, is search to see if they have what you need. Okay, so I'm going to put in crib. Oh, and it went away. Crib, and then hit search. And down a little bit lower, so it does have, they are organized. So if you want to try to go in just like a category and narrow it down, you can try that. If you're getting a whole bunch of stuff and you want to narrow it down here, that's fine as well. Okay, but for most of us, we're going to use, if we're honest, we're going to use the search thing, and we're going to just find whatever it is we need to do. So here is a baby crib, and we're just going to pretend this is the one I want. Since you've never done this before, you're going to click join. Okay, you're going to fill this out, and I would suggest using your school ID. Now notice there's only a few that actually have stars on them. Okay, so it should, oh, I'm sorry, never mind. This isn't one that stars the required. It does tell you that your password will be sent to the email account. So you will have to set this up. And I do know that you can change your password later. So I would suggest changing it maybe to something easy to remember, like your student ID, or if you want to, the same password you're using to log in. I'm going to actually hit back because I already have an account, and to continue this demo, I need to hit log in, which for me, it should have my password saved as we wait on the website. And it does not. I'll go ahead and put that in, and I'm going to tell it to remember me so that every time I come to Revit City on this computer, I should already be logged in. Should return me either to the home page or my search. I guess we'll see what happens. It did return me to my search. And you'll notice in that area where it used to say join or log in, that you now have download now or add to a zip cart. Unless you're doing a ton, I would not use the zip cart. I would just click download now. You'll see this new thing, and if it doesn't ask you where to put it, it's going to dump it in your downloads folder. I would suggest setting your Google Chrome settings so that it always asks you. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in this folder and hit save, so I know that it's not on just this computer. Now you'll notice it opens right here. I'm sorry, it doesn't open. It comes down into the lower area. So I'm going to go ahead and click open, which means that in Revit, it's going to ask me, do I want to upgrade the model? And if we look at what it's asking us, it needs to be upgraded from 2009 or earlier to 2020. Yes, I'm going to upgrade the model. It's going to sit there for a minute and kind of just make it so that it can be used in current things. And then it should open itself in its own tab. You've likely already been shown how to edit things. So you'll be familiar with this button right here that says load into project and close. You don't need to make any changes. You just need to click load into project and close. So now, as you can see, I have the baby crib in here. Okay, I have it attached so I can actually turn this around and place it in the nursery. And if I needed to get back to it under component, it is there in my list of components, just like anything else. So that is how I would suggest using Revit City if you need to. Okay, and if this was a nursery, I'd probably need to go back and have a changing table and maybe a few other baby type things, a rocking chair perhaps, that I would want to put in here to convey the concept that this is a nursery.